welcome back to the Franz Experience. We had to take a quick break. I'm Franz, your host, and for those of you who are just tuning in, please look us up at www.thefrnzexperience.life, where you can subscribe and find out about our latest conversations and conversations to come. Looking forward to having quite a few interviews in the very near future, but at this current time, it's October, and we're discussing a few of the awarenesses this month. Later, we will discuss Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Right now, we're discussing Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Again, as I discussed earlier, we talked on many points on children's support. We talked about the sensitivity of understanding that not only women, but men also go through this. And are we being sensitive to their needs? We talked about forms of abuse. They can be physical, mental, or verbal. There's more, but those are pretty much some of the top ones. We talked about the different support mechanisms that are put in place. Right now, on October 7th through the 9th, the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Domestic Violence is hosting a summit in Harrisburg. If you'd like to find out more about it, please Google the PCADV. And we can definitely assist. If you like some further information, please do so by logging on there. This is for Pennsylvania. But if you actually live in another state and you're trying to find out about support, you can just simply Google the support for domestic abuse or domestic violence in your neighborhood. A lot of times your local libraries and your council men or women may have some information as far as to what's free for you as far as help. If you feel that you know of someone that may need assistance, ask them. Let's not assume that they are being abused, for one. We want to be careful what we're stating and how we're asking. Are you okay? Would you like to talk? Would you like someone to talk to? Sometimes we think that we have the answers, and again, all we are thinking is that we're being supportive. And sometimes what we say can be very crucial. So again, I wanted to thank you all for tuning in. I'm Franz, your host of the Franz Experience. If you would like to advocate, or if you would need support, please reach out and Google PCADV, the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Domestic Violence. That's here in Pennsylvania. But if you feel that there is a need and you have an employer that has a program, an employee assistance program, and most times there are free services. They give you so many free services to reach out to someone, to have a conversation. If you feel that you're being abused or you're not certain, sometimes verbal and mental abuse can be very tricky, and you feel that you are being abused, you can always look it up and see what's a form or a fashion of a type of abuse, or if you know yourself and say, wait a minute, this isn't right, this isn't loving. There's nothing loving about what I'm experiencing. This is painful. There's support mechanisms in place. I try to be very careful as to what I'm stating to you, because what people say can make all the difference on the seriousness of whether or not someone lives or dies. What we want to prevent is fatality. What we want to prevent next is abuse itself. Do I believe that these numbers can go down? Yes, I do, because more people are speaking up. More people are deciding that they do not want to be a victim of this any further. And hopefully, individuals who are hearing about this can know what to look for. Are there signs that someone can be an abuser? Possibly. Do you think if, when looking for someone to potentially marry or have a relationship with, is that a concern? Absolutely. Absolutely. Are we judging and saying, oh, this person has been in a relationship that's been abusive? Are we automatically assuming that they are going to be abusers or that we can abuse them? You have individuals who have been victims and who are survivors now who will say, I'll never, ever allow that to happen to me. And they won't. They won't allow it. They never want to go down that route. And then you have individuals that say, I never want to be in a situation like that. And they are. No one wants to be in that type of situation. No one. And I'll say this. There are abusers and the abused. They both need help. I'm Franz, your host from the Franz Experience. Thank you for tuning in today. Later on this month, we are going to have a conversation about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll have some survivors